Welcome to episode 5 of my budget van conversion. So today you may be able to see in the background, possibly not, that I'm going to be cutting the new ply to my van. I've currently been using the old ply that came with the vans. It's a pretty good fit, and it's not too bad. There's just quite a lot of holes in it, and yeah, it's showing its age. I think it must be the original ply. So I just wanted to add something fresh. It's kind of a budget ply that I've gone with, so there are a couple of cracks and places where it's been filled. Could have spent a bit more, but yeah, this is a budget build and there's going to be vinyl over it anyway. So a few places in the van where I want to change it slightly as it doesn't quite meet the edges, or yeah, I'm just not quite happy with the fit. So I'm going to note those down and bring it out and yeah, like draw the template on the ply behind me. Yeah, let's go on with it. A couple places that I want to change is overlapping a little bit, and that's because the ply that I installed, the wood is a bit thicker than the plastic that was originally installed. So on both sides it's become a little bit narrower, and then there are these circular holes in a few different places across the van. Not entirely sure what they were for, but yeah, I don't need them. Also there's a cutout on this lip here which I've now covered, so I need to have that as a straight edge. And the wood is slightly too long at the back. I think it goes longer than it should do really. Same on the sides as well, so just a couple of things I want to change. So yeah, I've marked on a few different places where the wood should be a bit longer or doesn't need to be cut as early as, yeah, this is the original template that came with it. It's actually some decent quality ply. There's just a lot of drill holes in it. I think it's been used quite a few times for different templates. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I use this as a template and then it's just like a few centimetres here and there to properly meet the edges. So that's my template. There are a couple of places where I just use the pen on the original shape, and then I've added the slightly bigger shape, so in like the far side of your screen. But yeah, I don't have a proper workbench. If you've seen my previous episodes, I've got these two banisters in the front of my house, but this is 12mm ply, so it's pretty rigid, so it shouldn't bend or flex or anything. It is budget ply. You're looking at it as a lot of imperfections, but as I said, I'm going to put some vinyl on top of it, so it should be fine. It's an absolutely scorching day. Yeah, let's get to jigsawing. Oh, I got so much of that one up my nose, but did have eye and ear protection on. So the wood's now cut out. Hopefully it fits. So yeah, there were a couple of places I said that I'd like cut it a bit wider than it originally was, just because of how the template originally was. It wasn't tight in certain areas. But yeah, let's go see if it fits. That fits pretty well. I did have to make one small change. I forgot to leave a little cutout for the door lock, so I shut the door and it didn't shut. The only bit I'm a little bit unhappy with is this corner. Somehow I've left like a, I don't know, best part of an inch gap. I can probably cut out a bit of wood to go there, and there is a batten there, so I can probably screw it in. I'm not sure how much of a big deal it is. It's a bit annoying. I don't know how that happened, because that bit I didn't really change on the original template and there wasn't a gap. Yeah, don't know, but now I just need to make sure that the original one still fits next to it so I can use that as a template and I don't need to trim it anymore. There we go, look at that, both are down. It's not the most seamless thing in the world. There is a, I don't know, 2mm gap between some of the bits, but yeah, fairly happy. Maybe this corner could have been done a little bit better. I went a tiny bit too, I took it too much off the wood apparently. Again, don't know how, because I'd gone wider than I thought, but oh well, that's going to be where the kitchen area is, and there'll probably be some form of box over the wheel arch anyway, so that'll get hidden. I'm just going to try and use an impact driver. I'm using some 3.5 by 30mm screws. They were fairly inexpensive from B&Q. I can drill a pilot hole if not, but I'm just going to try using impact. I've marked where all the battens are on both ends. I just need to draw like a line, because that's where I can put the screws in. There are some side ones as well which I need to put in. It's been a few days. I've been a bit busy, been away, but I've returned now with some new screws. I've got some 4.5mm thick ones this time, which means I can now actually use a proper wood drill bit, which is a 4mm one. And yeah, I've replaced the ones that I put in before. I had to drill some new holes because it was all like burred out, so there's nothing for it to grab onto, which is fine. It means I just have to like fill it with some wood filler. Yeah, now I just need to put the loads all the way down now. So I've got 100 screws, so hopefully that's enough. Let's go. It turns out with these screws that I've just got, I can literally just use the impact driver and don't need to drill a hole first, and it's actually easier by the looks of it. Hello, bug. Yeah, really easy. Yeah, that weren't too bad. Probably use like 80 to 90 of the screws. I've put 3 on each side in the corners and like really heavily on the sides because yeah, I think that's places where there's going to be like the most need for them. I was wondering at the end how I was going to get them into the support beam up there, because there's a bit of metal that sticks out. But so I've put the screws in at an angle, but I don't think it'll matter too much once the floor's done, because they are like flush into the wood. Also, I might have some storage thing up there anyway, so it shouldn't really matter. Yeah, pretty happy with that. In hindsight, the only thing I probably would have changed is cut this bit of wood to there and then start the other one there, just so I could have like ended on a support beam, because there's these two bits where there's nothing to screw into, so I can't make them like any more rigid. But this side is where gonna be all the cooking facility is, so there won't be any walking, so it's probably not really an issue. Yeah, the only thing I need to do now is put some wood filler in a couple of places where I took those screws out, and also at the top there was a little bit where it chipped off as I was bringing it down. Yeah, that's pretty much the floor done. All I had to do was put some wood filler down, because I had to take some screws out because I bought the wrong ones. So yeah, that finishes off the flooring for now. Obviously I'll cover that with like some vinyl or carpet eventually, but that's like a fair bit of distance. I was hoping today, because I'm recording the next episode today, to do the roof vent, but it's been threatening to rain all day, so instead I think I'm going to build a bed frame to install, but also I can just leave it in here uninstalled, because I don't really drive the van that much. It's only really like to collect stuff from B&Q. But yeah, join me in the next episode. That concludes the flooring. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.